Howdy, howdy, howdy. Good morning. Well, it's not. Is it morning? I don't know. It's 11 a.m. CST. This is the Korg Harmonic Distortion, which is kind of hard to light. It has like a red color that's, I don't know. You know, I'm trying to dim this light here to kind of, this key light. Let's make it moody. Are y'all up for moody? Oh, there we go. Mood it up a little. This pedal is super, super cool, and I'm just going to tell you about it. I do want to engage in the chat today. I didn't do well at that last week. I kind of have this crazy rig going here in my basement. Let's talk about the new Tekt Harmonic Distortion in a bit. Couple little housekeeping things. I saw some comments, and I've been seeing this. Is this a new format? Someone's like, are they rebuilding the workspace? No, I've been doing stuff in my basement since the pandemic. I mean, even Legends of Fuzz stuff was released in this room. I'm doing a thing right now. We're kind of restructuring how we film and some certain things. We have a big backlog of episodes. There's stuff I filmed in Japan. There's some normal episodes, and we're just kind of spacing stuff out a little bit. And so I have a ton of like singular pedals that I want to focus on. And also behind this camera I'm looking at, there's a workbench, and I have that set up to teach breadboarding and circuit design. So I am going to start doing and engaging in more of these kind of me doing live stuff, because it's really exciting to me at the moment. And just advice to any creatives out there. No matter what anyone says you should do the thing that's exciting, because that's what will keep you going and keep you from burning out. So I'm going to be doing these. I'm really excited for them. Let me know if there's singular pedals that you think are super cool. I have the Marshall line I want to do, the new reissues. I did Orange last week, those three. I have these series from Tech 21 that they're really fascinating. I'm going to go over those. I have so much stuff. I have so much stuff to do. So that's what we're doing here in this format. And it's just my basement office workshop. And you're hanging out with me. I got a drum machine. And today I have this Korg pedal. So I want to play a little clip. I was in Japan. I don't know when I was in Japan. I can't remember anything. I was in Japan several months ago, and I was interviewing people like I normally do, which is, hey, let me interview inventors and people before they pass away. And there are two really key people in Japan that are still alive, and it's amazing. One is Tamura-san, who invented the Tube Screamer, designed it for Maxon, and another is Mieda-san. Mieda-san invented the Univibe and lots of other cool stuff in the history of Shin, kind of involved in Honey, Shin, Tesco, and Korg. He's worked for Korg for a while. He's an amazing designer. That's who designed this pedal that I'm playing. But I want to show you a little clip. Basically, this is him, and he's awesome. He's sharp as a tack. And so I interviewed him here. That's him. He's literally amazing. This is me asking him about this at the end of the interview. But he told me his whole story. This is him. He signed his book for me. He's given me some stuff. Yeah, so this whole experience of this pedal right here came from them handing me the Harmonic Distortion, as well as two other pedals that I may or may not play today, because I haven't actually, I've never played them. There's two more to this series. One is just called Overdrive, you know, because the world needs more overdrives. If you notice, this is from their R&D department. So it's like Japanese writing that I can't read. And then we have another unit here. This one's intriguing. It has the trim pot system as well. I took it off of this pedal, but basically this is like a little rubber cover. So once you figure out your setting, you can put that back on. I removed it for ease of use, but this is a similar concept here. And this one emulates a power tube reactor and an amplifier. And these are kits. Now that's what's really interesting. If we look at the web page here, It's super, super fascinating. Let me pull up the web browser and format that properly. There we go. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. You have they're kits and they're made to be built by you. It says can be assembled easily and quickly. I'm just on the Korg website here, so let me expand this and see if I can. There we go. That's a little bit better. Yeah, so they come, you don't have to solder, you don't have to know how to do anything. You just kind of pop them together. Here we go. Harmonic Distortion Effect Pedal Kit. And the next generation effect pedal that surpasses and redefines distortion pedal. Now this thing immediately caught my attention. And I'll tell you why when I walk through it. But this all-new effects unit has been developed by Fumio Mieda. Fumio is, of course, legendary. He created the Univibe. Create modulation effects by combining 3 different distortion circuits. So I've seen everything. I mean, literally, like at this point, it's pretty daunting to try to find something that's not incredibly similar to something or some topology. And I love that. I to be honest, I could make fuzz faces the rest of my life. I love simple circuits. I'm not one to think you need to reinvent the wheel. I think that ideology is really bizarre. I think it's kind of like egotistical a little bit and strange. Like these classic circuits are just beautiful topologies. They derive from textbooks. They derive from how a part works, like a chip or a transistor. And I'm a big fan of just constantly exploring those and our many other great builders. And very often when you see the claim of an original effect, it's like, is it? This feels so different. This NewTek, that's the wrong one. This NewTek pedal feels so different. Let me show you what's in the box here, and then I'll kind of go through the settings. That's the overdrive. What? Oh, put it down here. Harmonic Distortion Effect Pedal Kit. So when you open it up, you know, it's all in there and you don't have to solder. And it comes with like a little toolkit that's pretty clever. You just kind of pop these little wrenches and yeah, they're kind of like little wrenches, and you have this little device and some Korg picks that are fun. So you have that. That's really all you need. If you didn't know, Korg and Vox are the same company now. So there's like that kind of partnership thing is in there. And then this is the best part. You could put stickers, you know, and they give you this cool sticker sheet. Who doesn't want a Fumio Mieda sticker? Look at this. That's so baller. So these are super fun. And some of you I know because I'm about to dive into these live teaching circuitry things that'll be done in this room. Those will be coming up soon. I've worked through a few, and I know there's a desire from a lot of you to build stuff. And so this is a really cool thing to take a shot at. I can't recommend this pedal enough. I am not paid to talk about pedals. I refuse to accept payment. I never will, never have. It's like a value of the JHS show, and what I've tried to do over the years is I just show stuff that genuinely interests me. And this pedal genuinely interests me. So if we look at it, we have volume, tone, gate, gain, on and off. This displays this new tube thing, which I want to show you. And you have 1, 2, 3 harmonic. And these are distortion stages. Now, it's so cool. So they all interact, and it's the pedal has a sound, right? It's not like you're gonna go from some blues breaker sound to metal zone. That's not gonna happen with this pedal. It has a distortion characteristic. I would put it somewhere between like a killer DS1, little bit of rat, and all the way to a Univox Super Fuzz. Like, and that's insane. I know that what I'm saying is insane. And it's the interaction here. So let me show you. Korg, you probably have seen, there's a tube screamer that came out, and it has an actual tube in it. It's a white pedal. Well, that I think was the first time they used this tech, and it's literally just called it's the new Tekt technology. But this is an invention, new tube by Korg. Let me get my face out of the way. Come on. Ah, there we go. This is an invention that it's got these prongs on it. Really cool device. And you insert this device, and it's a replacement device for tube design. So a tube, much like a transistor, has certain ways that it works. You know, a transistor has a base, an emitter, collector, and tubes have their own connections as well. And you can kind of build a design with this new tube tech and insert it into a pedal or into any device, and it's really, really fascinating. And so this pedal, let's switch over there, and I'm just going to demo it for a second. And I do want to come in here. Joshua's in the chat, so if you have any questions, you can say something. I do want to jump over. I have an iPad, and I want to go through any questions about this. But let's look at the pedal. I'm going to grab my guitar, and I'm just going to demonstrate the best I can just how this works. So let me turn all of these down to 0. So harmonic 1, down. Harmonic 2 is down. Harmonic 3 is down. Now what I think here, and I'm not positive, and I'm sure it's online, I believe these are cascading series gain stages. But they're not just like gain stages. It's not like a box of rock is a few ZVEX SHOs, right? Those are cascading. This is very different. So that is totally muted because I don't have anything up. So all of these controls come after this. So let's pull 1 up. Let me put 1 at halfway and play for a second. So all we'll have is this 1 harmonic stage, okay? And let's put gain at 50, and I'll mute my mic. Also, I do have the Sobtech MiG50 profile in here. There's a link in the description if you're interested in these profiles. This is my favorite amp that I have. I've been using the delay here in the verb. I'm gonna leave the verb on. So yeah, let's go back to the pedal. Now the gate, if you don't know what a gate is, it detects noise below the voltage of the guitar string being hit and kind of mutes it. And this is great for high gain, so watch. It just chokes it off. That's like extreme. You can hear it actually affecting my pick attack. It's so extreme. So I'm gonna put that kind of halfway is fine. You have a tone control. That tone control is really cool because it's hard to express just the weirdness of this pedal as a design, but this control, even up high, it's not like bitter. It actually, it has like a strange mid boost at the top peak, and then all the way back, it's usually always unusable on a pedal. But listen to how cool this is. Let me turn the gain up. I would dare say, and I played a few yesterday, so nobody crucify me, this is almost like Triangle Big Muff here. A little bit more of the tone up. That's really cool. So let's max out one. Max it out. What do we got different? Let's see. It's a bit more hairy. It's like don't mess with me. A little more grain on the decay. All right, let's back one off to like almost nothing, so the signal gets through. Let's see what 2 has to offer. 2 at halfway. So 2's got something real interesting going on, because to me, this is bringing in octave. It's not to me, it is doing it. It's folding over the waveform like a super fuzz or octave fuzz. Check this out. With this low of a gain structure, I'm not hearing it, but wait till I get to 3 or something and combine 2. Let me max this out. At the end of my jam, you probably heard octave fuzz, and that was how I did it. So let's back this off a little bit. Now let's bring in 3. I feel like I'm doing surgery. Here we go. That is such a great sound. Like, this is a little bit of all of them. It's a little bit of 1 and 2, and then more of the 3. Really, really cool. Let's check out, let's max this 3. If you're enjoying this, you're a nerd, and I want to be your friend. All right, and then let's just go crazy here. I'm going to show you, I'm going to bring up 1, I'm going to leave 2 down, because I really want to show you this octave effect. Let's cascade 1 and 3 at like max. All right. Buckle up. You can hear, I'm going to strum, and you hear both of those textures, harmonic 1 and 2. We heard them separately, but now you hear them, they're like paralleled. It's really, really cool. Check it out. Let's go crazy. All of them. Oh man. Here we go. Ready? Check this out. It's like harmonic, doing some kind of weird harmonic movement in here. Check this out. So I'm kind of palm muting. All I'm doing is like, I'm barely palm muting here. Now, I brought the tone control up. So if you look at this, tone control up, gain is like 75, gate is kind of just barely active, and everything's up. And it just sounds like the edge of a super fuzz. I brought 1 down and 3 down, and 2 is up, and it's another type of fuzz tone. Let's throw some drums on here and just let you hear this. Pull that gate back a little bit so it actually gates. Let's put the tone all the way up, gain all the way up. That's like a crazy mid-boosted thing. There's the setting. Super cool. Like, I can say, in all honesty, no exaggeration, because I'm not a fan of exaggerating, unless it's about how much I need a pedal I don't have. This is the most cool and unique distortion device I've seen in decades, like historically. Designed by Fumio Mieda. I mean, just pretty cool. Super cool. Yeah, we have these other 2 units. They're kits as well. So you might just want an overdrive. I'll play those at the end just so we can hear them. I've never plugged them in. This stuff got shipped back from Japan and kind of set around in my busyness. I also see some questions about the guitar. I showed this last week. This is a Paragram. So if you go to Paragram Guitars on Instagram, it's made by an amazing guy in Mexico. Just super high quality. Boutique is definitely the word here. I'm really enjoying this guitar. I found the spec sheet. A lot of people were asking. Yes, I'll hold it up here. The specs on this. So again, Paragram guitars. It's called the Agave, this model. And neck is walnut, fretboard is rich light. It's an ash top, ash body, semi-hollow. And the pickups, there were some questions on Instagram as well. It's the Righteous Sound 1991 Gazing set. Very appropriate for me. I think that's a shoegaze reference. But it's got the Mastery. It's great. It's like such a great guitar. So I know some of you are asking. Let me go through some questions here. And let me peruse.
It's time for Q&A. Tell me all your questions.
All right, let's see here. What battery would work best? I don't think it takes batteries. I don't believe so. Alaska Skidood says that Weeha is my favorite screwdriver. If you don't know about these, they're made in Germany. They're really great. They're the ultimate pedal tweaking screwdriver. John Spencer says, meh. Seems like a variation on the new Tube Screamer they did with Ibanez a while back. That's cool, John. I don't think it's that way at all. It's a unique design by Fumio Mieda. The Tube Screamer is not. It's a totally different design team. Let's see. Why do the LED colors change? Does it indicate anything? That's that new tube device. It's just an indicator, like the way a tube lights up. It's indicating how it's clipping inside. It is simply aesthetic, though. The colors have nothing to do with the physical characteristic of creating distortion. It's more of an indication of distortion. Let's see here. Paul Owens, is it similar to a prunes and custard? No, I played my prunes and custard yesterday. I bought one in Dallas at the guitar show. The prunes and custard is weird. And well, is it similar? Yeah, but it's not at all the same. That's a good question. Let's see here. Dave says, holy crap, it does drums. That is actually the Korg Drumalog. I could show you here if you're wondering what I'm doing here. I literally just have this drum machine, and that's the setup you don't see. It's total chaos. I have the drums running through a Panther Cub as well, which is kind of funny. Basically, all these comments are, you guys are just digging the sound of it. Can you describe more in detail what a new tube is? On their website, they describe it really well, and they have a couple YouTube videos that'll say it better than me. But as I said at the beginning, it's an actual new device. Like, we don't get that a lot because guitar doesn't exist in a vacuum. We have all vacuum tube joke, dad joke. Guitar doesn't exist in a vacuum of technology. Since the very beginning of guitar, our amplifiers came from radios. Our guitar pickups came from other electronic designs that had been done as late as the 1800s. Everything is borrowing from everything that's already been done. And that's this walk forward in tech. The new tube is actually in the guitar vacuum. It's only for guitar devices, and Korg created it. And so we don't get a lot of those. There's only a handful in the last 50 years that feel like someone invented an actual device that's for creating sound. It's very, very rare. So go watch their YouTube videos. Someone says, the Dilligan says Google says he's 6'6". I might be 6'5". I haven't figured it out yet. I play basketball, and you know, there's like the brochure. It's like the team roster thing they give out at games, and it was always 6'6". And then I went to this children's museum in New Orleans with my daughter when she was young, and you walk through a thing and it measures you, and it was like 6'5", and I was like, what? I think my coach padded my height a little for intimidation factor. I'm probably 6'5.5", and as I get older, I'm gonna shrink. That's a fact. You're all shrinking right now. Everyone's shrinking. Samuel Bailey, JHS new tube pedal collab in the future, maybe a tone bender inspired circuit feeding into new tube. It would be really cool if they used new tube to go after some kind of crazy, like purposely do octave fuzz, like purposely go after a tone bender kind of clipping, but use the new tube. Like a tube tone bender sounds kind of wild. Like, I would like to hear it. I have a feeling I wouldn't like it, but I want to hear it. It's that kind of thing. Let's see here. Yeah, this is awesome. Lots of people on here. Let's plug in these other units, and let me just demo those for just a second. Vox did release, there was a question here, Reluski, I think. Vox did release a series of amps with these in it. They actually have several amps, Vox and Korg, I believe. They made guitar amps using the new tubes. Yeah. A lot of good questions here. Let's see here. Okay, cool. Let's go over here and plug up the other unit. Let's play the overdrive. I'm not excited at all about it, but let's try it. This is riveting. This is like ASMR for pedals. It's like you get to hear stuff being plugged up. Very riveting. All right, this is just the overdrive. So let's noodle with it here. It'd be funny if this is like a really good clone, and these are the separations of the dual gain. I mean, in my head, I immediately go there. Let me kill that reverb, and let's just hear. That's the neck pickup. This room's a little hummy. I can move though. There we go. That's the middle pickup. Bridge. What happened here? Oh, there we go. So this is way more interesting than I gave it credit for. It seems like this is just your overdrive, and then you introduce the tube gain, the new tech thing, into it. I didn't notice that. So this is a little more interesting. So if we do all tube gain and less normal solid state gain, let's see. Add that reverb back. Oh, is that a Dumble sound? Really cool. Let's check out this other one that has the kind of that same adjustment. Pedal ASMR. The clicking and switching of things. I use these clear door stops. Don't tell the internet. It's such a power move. There we go. All right, let's straighten that out. Well, I bragged on my door stops, but they're not gripping today, huh? Here we go. I'm gonna pull this back. There's those trim pots. Okay, pull that over there. Yeah, let's see. Oh crap, that's really cool. volume power sag, so like your rectifier tube and your amp, mix between direct tube and then tube gain. Then you have tone, and with the sag, you have a sustain and threshold. I'm probably about to lose my mind. I have never plugged this up, and I just kind of realized it's really cool. That's the tone. Made it a little brighter. Oh boy. Yep. Let's play with this here. So power sag. Let's turn the sustain up, sustain, and the threshold. All tube, gain, power sag up. I don't know what's gonna happen. I might time travel. We'll see. It's sagging. When I bite in, it's actually sagging it reminds me of my little Supro amps. Check this out. Let's go max gain, max sag, max sustain, max threshold, drum machine on the same beat. I'm gonna darken the tone up. Added some delay. Watch when I pick, it's gonna swell in like a rectifier tube. Let me back the sag off. Let's go halfway. It was full way. To get a little cray-cray on the delay here. Let's do like a little reverse delay, feedback up, mix up. Let's shoegaze it, you know? So immediately impressive is, like, I've never played this pedal. Now the episode's becoming about this pedal. That's fine. It responds like a tube amp. No joke, no fluff. When I'm barely playing, it's clean. And when I dig in, and a lot of pedals do that. I've designed pedals that do this very well. This is doing it very, very well. And you have these extra controls. Like, I've never seen a pedal with a sag, sustain, and threshold. Like, that's just never existed. That's pretty cool. I'll play for a little bit more, answer a couple more questions, and get out of here. So I'm gonna pick really lightly, arpeggiate through a chord, and then chunk the chord. So watch this. Do some single note. Out of tune there, but it works, you know. Super cool. I am a fan of these two pedals. I mean, these three pedals are great. So we have the Power Tube Reactor, which I wasn't even planning on playing. This is the reason we did the episode, or I did the episode, because I am really in love with the uniqueness of this pedal. I would highly recommend these. First of all, they're a kit, which sounds fun. Remember, I don't make money from this stuff. This is just me showing you what I like. Couple more questions and we'll get out of here. You've been hanging out with me for like almost an hour, so I appreciate that. Let's see here. Sounds like an old Ampeg rocket reverb, Elroy Shredding says. It's one of my favorite reverb sounds. Let's see here. Stephen Hudak, is there a pedal that has a gate that fades in trying to get a roll in, feel like a church organ? You can use things like a Boss slow gear. There's so many that, like the Line 60L4 has an auto swell. Land Devices has a really cool pedal. They collabed with another builder that does that sound. It's like an auto volume swell, so like a church organ. Highly recommended. Or you could buy like an Ernie Ball volume pedal, put it on the floor and just swell in. So just volume swelling. Let's see here. Patrick Alberg says, does ASMR really make people get the tingles? I don't know, man. You got to define tingles. Let's see here. That's a lot of sag, Lyric Bread says. Yeah. Seems like you guys are enjoying this. A lot of comments. I'm going to go back through these later to the best of my ability. Yeah. I really, really love these. OTR 366 says, Josh, great to meet you at the Dallas Guitar Fest. Amazing down to earth. Thanks. Oh, I signed your shirt. I signed your Bad Monkey shirt. Daniel and I did. It was good to meet you as well. OTR 366. Yeah, this is cool. I would check these out. Like I said, I would watch other videos where people demo them better. This is just me hanging out and talking. And again, this format is just me wanting to hang out in a more casual way and directly look at pedals that are interesting me. And on the docket for this, I have this Tekt 21 series. I have the Schaefer replica. I have the Marshall reissue series. I have the Josh Smith signature. I think it's called the Flat 5 by Poly. I have a Storm King, an Aguilar pedal that's like so cool, made for bass. I want to do that probably next. I have so many cool things to show you, but let's do a quick record time and get out of here. So we're gonna do Madison Cunningham Revealer. Maddie has become a good friend over the years. I'm super honored to have made a signature pedal for her, the Artificial Blonde. There are records that have good songs. There are records that are good. And there are records that truly, with every track, keep your imagination and make you wonder, that's cool, how'd they do that? And make you go, I haven't heard that. So this is one of those records, Madison Cunningham Revealer. I cannot recommend it enough. There's an episode that, I've done a couple episodes with her. One was the release video for this. One was a couple years back in LA. We hung out in her studio with her friend and we just jammed on the song called Pin It Down. And then I did a Sweetwater, I hosted a What's on Your Pedal board with her. She's the sweetest. She's so talented. Revealer. Go listen to this record today. It's stinking amazing. Life According to Rachel, which is track 5. No joke. It won a Grammy this year, which is so hopeful for like Grammys actually meaning something. It's like Paul McCartney good. It's such a crazy good song. My favorite song on the record is that one, but it's almost unfair. It's so good. So Sunshine Over the Counter. I'm in from Japan, Collider Particles. Just go listen. She's extremely asymmetrical. She plays a jazz master, tuned down to C standard, and they're flat wounds, and she always has vibrato on it. So I got to make her that pedal, and it's really cool. So check this out. This has been a really fun hang with you. Thanks for watching these. And we're just mixing it up, you know. Next week, there'll be something air that we probably edited. I might do one of these a week, no matter what we choose to air from edits. I'm having a good time hanging out in my basement and taking my time walking you through pedals. Go check these two guys out at least. And that's it. And I want to give stuff away. I didn't bring anything today. That's okay. I'll give stuff away next week. Or next one that I do. Have a wonderful day and play guitar, be nice to people, and go create something.